We are here with episode 2 of the Arts of Movement Travel Talk podcast. And we are here with a true OG in this travel game, influencer.
The champ is here.
The champ. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The OG to a lot of you boys. My brother in arms right here. Yo, what else can I say? Mans is a legend down in his island. Mans and took a lot of y'all around the world and back.
Introduce y'all to luxury.
Come on now. Introduce y'all to luxury.
You ain't no 5 stars.
Got y'all being real bougie with what y'all think an all-inclusive.
Took a lot of
what y'all think an all-inclusive trip is. But we are here right now with CDE's own Collin Devon, my brother from way back. You dig?
Come on.
Super excited to have you on the podcast of our very, very first guest. You dig? And we trying to kick it off right now, right? We got a lot to talk about.
Let's get into it.
We all been moving and shaking in this travel game for a minute, so it was only right that we brought you on. Tell a little bit about your story. Big up CDE a little bit. By the way, we got another Antigua trip coming up in August that y'all should definitely be there for. We'll talk a little bit about that too. We'll just talk about some of the other destinations and some of the shenanigans that we done really got into over the course of the last, 7, 8 years, bro? A lot to unpack here. All right, bro. So let's hop right into it, right?
Let's get into it.
How did CDE even become a thing?
Actually, I got so many stories on that one. I'm going to do this. How did y'all meet me? How did y'all meet me?
Hey, hold on, because you know what I'm thinking? Wait, how did we meet?
4101 Pond.
Oh, yo. Bro, I don't even know if you know this story, D.
I don't know.
Bro, me and Maul was there. I think we went on a visit to Temple 2009, 10 or something like that. And bro, so, Jamal's sister went to Penn. We went over there to Penn after we went to our visit at Temple. And she's like, all right, yeah, we're going to go to this, party. It had to be 2000. When you cross?
10.
Oh, yeah, so it had to be, 2010. So we going now to this party. It's like an alpha party, this, and that. So, Mandisha already there. Jamal's sister already there. And then we get to the door. Dude goes, all right, is this y'all two? He's like, yeah. So we're like, all right, cool. And he's like, 50. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm turning around, I'm like, oh, it got to be 50 Cent. So I'm like, yo, 50. And he goes, I'm in college. I'm like, 50. And then he goes, I'm like, nah, it's Yannick. How you doing? Nice to meet you. He's like, no, $50. I'm like, oh, no, he can't be talking to me. Well, he must be talking to you. And it was $50 for this college party. And I'm just like, nah, I can't do that. Right. So, bro, I remember, we went around to the back door, and then, we tried to, sneak in through that, but, then we got inside, he's like, and then, from there, I guess, the rest was history, because then he was just like, oh, you moving just like me. That's a fact. You made it in. That's a fact.
That's hilarious.
I actually don't know how y'all two met.
Nah, bro. He stuck out like a sore thumb. Yo, so, I get to school, I go to Villanova, right? Man's is hype as hell to be an alpha. Shout out to the gang. Mans comes on campus. I didn't even cross yet. And basically we go to this event. They have an event with the LTAs. Man walks in with a Kanye West, bright yellow sweater.
Hey, yo, always trying to stand out.
Yo, man. Bro, but everybody just going to that event, man in the room, that shit was lit. You know what I mean? Obviously, I decided to get down and then basically been a thorn in his, I don't know. You probably a thorn in my side. At this point, ever since. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so, but all of that to say, rocked out for, through college, became my dog, my brother, right? And, you decided you wanted to go on a trip for your PhD called the doctor's orders, right? Yeah. I think that's what you called it. We was making flyers. It was dope. Orders. And it was 20, 30 people who was just there trying to get active, trying to turn up for you. And for me, that was all right, this is one of my first group travel experiences and whatnot. So I'm we go and we get super duper active. Ridiculous. My line brothers.
This is the first year. I'm going to cut you off real quick. I'm not going to waste y'all time on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
So the first year, I'm like, look, I'm gonna create an experience for my closest friends. We gonna celebrate with my family and my friends together because I never got to do that with all my family being in Antigua, all my friends being in the U.S. So I brought my closest friends down. Some of my friends were mixy than others, right? So some guys showed up and, you know, a girl came with them. They may have had a boyfriend or not, but like they just wanted to come enjoy the island, right? And so it went from, you know, my closest friends, it was like 30 of us.
Yeah.
And we were down there vibing, had an amazing time.
I went to that one.
That shit was a kickback on the beach.
Yeah, like we
New
were
York
at
City kickback
we were
on
at
the
a
beach.
small black hotel, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Catamaran Hotel, right? Like they accommodated and adjusted everything for us, right? It was so familiar. My auntie, rest in peace, Aunt Jackie, right, cooked all the food and catered for us, and my peoples just had such an amazing time with just us.
Bro,
No
I remember that, and I remember you invited me and Maul, but like I think at the time we was probably like juniors or something like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
I couldn't afford it, but I remember that trip, bro, and I remember the recap from there. I was like, oh no, I gotta make the next one. I definitely gotta make the next one. It was fire.
Yeah, bro. So, you know, we come from humble beginnings, right? Come from very humble beginnings, right? In which you obviously went on this trip, you kind of fell into this. It was an accident, right? Like, let's be real about it.
Yeah, it is.
How do we get from throwing this trip of 20 to 30 people for like a celebration for your accomplishments and getting your PhD to like legitimately popping up with 500 people in Antigua, renting out entire resorts, having Christian Combs and Bria Miles and influencers from around the world,
like the hottest DJ,
the hottest
DJ Puffy,
like DJ, like all of these people pop up and show love and really want to be a part of this experience. Like, what happened? And it happened so quickly. Like,
shit, man. I think honestly, it was.
Don't give us the humble answer too. Like, tell us what you, because I can already tell from the hump and puff. Keep it funky.
This man is not like this.
Yo, facts. Keep it funky. Hold on, you want this?
Modelo.
Shout out to Modelo. Nah, because I mean, for what you've been doing, bro, like, yo, you had, bro, Christian Combs come in. You had, like, Bria Miles come in, some of the top influencers, the top YouTubers, like, literally the top DJ in the Caribbean come in. Like,
Mexican,
yo, it's
yeah. I mean, one, I think, again, it's a testament to y'all, right? Like, my people are some cool motherfuckers. Like, I can't say it any other way. Like, being in college, having the network I created, right? From D to you to Tayo to Etienne, like, it just so happened that, like, some really genuine, really authentic people were in the same space that love to have a good time. And then for me, because this wasn't a business, right? Because it was an accident, I fell into something where it was more about Antiguan pride than anything else. I want people to come to my island. I want people to have such a good time. I want people to genuinely enjoy it and fuck with it.
Yeah.
That they go home and tell other people.
And
right?
do.
And so it started in this way where it's like, people just like, yo, I went on this thing. And I can't describe it because there were no other group travel at that point, right? When we started, shout out to the gang and shout out to everybody that's killing it, right? But Discover Giddy wasn't out there, right? Fool's Paradise wasn't out there. There was no Haywire Weekend, right? Like, so at that point, it was like this new idea and concept of like, what is this travel experience that's inclusive?
Yeah.
That like my itinerary's planned out, and all I do is show up and I meet dope ass amazing people. That's right. Facts. So most of the influencers that have come on my trip, or the bigger name people, right? Mm. They are in some way connected to someone else that's been on the trip.
Gotcha.
So I remember being in, when Jerry got the new whip, we was driving around. He was like, yo, blah, blah, blah. You want to get this person there? I'm like, who? Like,
shout out to Smong.
Shout out to Smong, right? And he's like, yo, me and Bria went to high school together. He's like, I'll call her right now. I said, right now? I was like, I'm a little nervous. He said, no, I'll call her right now. I was like, all right, bet, right? And then shout out to Steph from Winners Only, right? I'm talking to Steph. He was like, yo, bro, like, what you need to take this to the next level? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, get Christian there. Mm. He's like, yo, this is my man. Like, let's set the phone call up, put him on the phone, boom, boom. And like,
remember that.
But at the end of the day, I would say the thing that stands out the most for me is that I prioritize the experience before anything else.
Yeah.
Right? So I went 1, 2, 3, 3.5 years, and Kyrie probably judged me on this, right? Like, not making any bread yet. Because I was always going to spend whatever profit there was to make the experience so good that you felt like I got way more than I paid for. Like, I saw the sticker price at the beginning. I said, absolutely not. And then I went and I compared it to the other trips that I've been on and how much fun I didn't have relative to CDE. And now I understand that if I pay up front, Collin's got me.
Yeah.
Right? And like that's the theme of it all. Collin got me.
Collin got me. We got to trademark that. Collin got me.
No matter what, Collin got me.
Yeah, that shit about to be on a t-shirt this upcoming Antigua.
No, that's a fact.
Antigua, he's there, he got me.
Let's talk about the experience though. So like, what's up? What be going down on these trips? What's up? The group trips. It's a lot. So it's a lot of like, how do I say this? A lot of different different
perspectives.
A lot of different
about,
perspectives
like,
of what happens
on
on group trips.
Yeah.
We could talk about that, but what be happening on these CDE group trips? We got a lot of beautiful ladies. We got a lot of beautiful people in general. We got, it's unlimited alcohol, all inclusive. It's music, the hottest DJ. So you already know when that combination go on, like,
it's whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
CDE is for you what you want it to be. That's right. So I got friends that are very high achieving. I have friends that have showed up and they're like, yo, Con,
that's me. I'm a high achieving friend. Thank you.
I'm gonna spend 3 days studying for this exam. I'm gonna spend 3 days studying for this exam because I need to be a doctor by tomorrow. So I gotta handle those, right? I got people showing up for that. I got friends showing up like, yo, bro, I seen the videos and you got some tings down there.
Okay.
And they be like, bro, I'm pulling up for the tings. And some guys come with that, right? Other people show up, they be like, all your friends is doctors and lawyers and X, Y, and Z. So I'm coming to find a husband, right? And people do what it is they come to do.
But you had some people who've actually gotten into relationships from this trip, though, right?
Bro. Not got into relationships. Mans has had entire weddings. In Antigua.
That's
people who
crazy.
Have met on the trip.
That's so look,
shit is crazy.
So it's a lot of different, skeptical things that go on these group trips. But like my man said, people are getting married. How many couples like got married from the trip?
So we had one couple that met in 2017 in Antigua.
Okay.
Came back again in 2019. Proposed shortly after the trip. I ended up officiating that wedding. They are now a couple years into marriage. They also have an 8-month-old. So we have CDE weddings and babies. Also, another couple that met in 2019, married in 2021, a year into their marriage. They're doing well. They were in Croatia with us. And then there are others that I've worked with in different capacity and that they've seen the ability to curate an experience in Antigua, right? So my boy Duke and his wife Danae, they went to Howard together, hadn't been to Antigua with me, but they'd seen the vibe otherwise.
Had their wedding down there.
They trusted me to curate their destination.
That's love, man. That's love.
So had 140 people. Shout out to the Bison, right? A lot of them was out there, and just had an amazing time, right? So again, the trip is for everyone what they want it to be. So we'll have 400 people in a space, but if it's about you bonding with your boys, right? Like I'm celebrating a bachelor party with my homies, you do that, right? I'm celebrating this new career success, you do that. I want to meet everybody. I want to meet all 400 people. You do that as well, right? But you have the space to choose. You have the autonomy to decide what you want to do.
No, that's real. I that's a testament. I went down in a bunch of different scenarios, mindsets, I guess what we can call it. You know what I mean? And each time has been very, very different. And like I've been able to pick and choose sort of like the experience I've wanted to have. I want to chill, be back. You know what I mean? Yep. Like have a vacation. You know what I mean? Get a mimosa and chill out. You can do that. If you really want to turn up, have a ridiculous time, and like don't sleep for 5 days, you can do that. That's fire, right? So I mean, yeah. What's your favorite part about?
There we fucking go.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about a CDE trip? Like, where do you normally find yourself?
Favorite part about CDE trip. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even know if you actually know this stuff, but like, I mean, part of the reason why I started even DJing is because of that first experience I had when I went down to CDE, bro. Like, I'll never forget that experience on the D boat. Shout out to AMH. And like just that whole experience created right there, that vibe that was created.
Tell us about D boat. What is D boat?
D boat. I'm gonna let Collin tell you because
So D boat was a old oil rig, right? That was sort of excavated, like just this thing that was floating in the ocean. And shout out to my man Jamie. Jamie sort of invested a lot of resources into it to turn it into a floating water park. Right, so you pull up. You've got Tarzan swings where you swing off the boat.
Crazy.
You've got jet skis on the side. You've got slides that fall you into the water.
Yeah,
you got a DJ booth.
You got a dance floor.
You got a dance floor. You got
bar.
You got a crazy kitchen. There are wings and there's shrimp.
Crazy,
right? So it's just like a playhouse in the middle of the ocean.
Playhouse sound crazy, but
it
was kind of like that too.
Sound crazy,
it's kind of like that too.
That's a fact.
That's what it is, right? And you know what I'm saying? Y'all got on the ones and twos and
that was part of my inspiration for DJing, bro. Like I seen the vibe that you created down there, then I'm like, yo, how can I go back to Antigua and like help curate that vibe? And I was like, DJing one of the ways.
You want to talk about arts of movement? Mans was so dedicated to being a DJ after that experience. Mans had us out here politicking for him. Like going on Instagram in comments talking about get Yana a boat.
Get Yana a boat.
Get Yana a boat, bro.
Because everybody knew that.
everybody knew he was.
So typically, there's no boat party like a CDE boat party.
That's a fucking
Don't argue with me. Don't ask questions. Don't try to.
I've been on one trip where it was on a boat for a while, for a couple of days, and it was not the same experience. So look, I know what you saying, bro.
Wow, shots fired. Hey, y'all can read into that.
Hey, look.
Yo, you gotta relax, bro.
My name is
relax.
I'll sit back.
Right?
Nah, hell no.
But no boat party like a CDE boat party, and people realize, based upon the amount of people going, that we're gonna need multiple DJs, right? Like it wasn't just one boat, wasn't just two boats. We're talking 5-6 boats deep.
Battle of the boats.
Battle of the boats, right? Which boat can be the most lit? When we're all in the water, which boat is the boat that people are looking at like, damn,
I want to be on
that boat. I got to be on that boat.
Absolutely,
right? Yeah. And so Jan was like, yo, like I need the streets to tap in. He's like, yo, get Jan a boat. Get Jan a boat. Get Jan a boat.
Nah, but I mean, I feel like that was like definitely one of the most dope experiences. Like politicking to get this man on one. He gets on one, kills it. The boat goes crazy, right? Like we basically trying to capsize boats. Like, you know what I mean?
We almost got arrested.
Get arrested. Wait, why we almost get arrested?
Because the boats weren't supposed to be rocking that much. There were sea swells in the water. We were breaking all types of.
Oh, also people were jumping off of boats.
Yeah, people were jumping off of boats, including Antigua.
Including in the middle of the ocean. This guy, while the boat is moving,
right here,
jumps off to go to another boat. Movements.
Yeah, super movements. So I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit that happened. I'm gonna tell you my favorite story about. It was in 2018. It was I think when we first time we did Carnival. Right?
Yeah,
we did T-shirt
masks.
Yeah,
Kyrie was there for that too.
Yo, T-shirt mask was nuts, bro. We literally get there at what, maybe 2 a.m. Something crazy. 2 a.m. We get there at 2 a.m. People are legitimately with fire hoses.
Oh no, you're talking about Juve. You're talking about Juve 2019.
So
Juve just came back from Trinidad. You should know this.
No. It was different. It was different because it was my first time.
It was his first Juve.
First time, my first Juve. So I was like, what the hell is going on? They got the water hoses. But this is in a field, right? And typically, with Juve, you walking, you marching on the street, whatever the case may be. Enclosed. We are legitimately in an enclosed field, bro. Yeah. It's nothing but mud. Yeah. It's nothing but mud.
Time out. And he was there. Where were you?
You trying to stay clean, bro.
I was definitely with Quest. I was definitely with Quest trying to think, bro. It was crazy. You had niggas jumping. I can say niggas on this. It was niggas jumping in the mud. Like it was like people splashing up on crowd. I wasn't doing that. Come on. I mean, I got in the mix a little bit, but like, I wish Maul was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like bro. I mean, it was.
Yo,
That was my first buffet.
You walked in and you were getting covered in paint upon entry.
Oil,
right? And then you were giving an oil water bottle,
Facts.
and then there was a water truck that was moving around, like hitting you like this is the
Dog,
civil rights
it was
movement.
niggas who had fire coming out. I thought I was in the purge. I said, "What the fuck is going on right now, bro?" Niggas had fire coming out of their mouth, and like, yo, I'm born in Jamaica, bro. I was like, this is something that we do in the Caribbean, but like, it's my first one experiencing in Antigua, so I was just like, nah, it's different. It's different.
Yo, it's a mad funny video that came out of there and kind of went viral, right? Of my man's, he was doing the worm in the mud,
bro. Doing the worm in the mud, bro.
Yo, people was just living it up, having way too much fun. That's literally one of my favorite times, and I think the best part about that shit was people was tired, people left. Mind you, we got there at 2 a.m. Went back to the hotel, went to sleep.
Before we went back to the hotel, we went from
hold
to
on.
the ocean and washed off.
Hold on, but not them. I'm not talking about them. Okay. I'm talking about. So everybody else went back to the hotel, goes to breakfast. Meanwhile, we are still at this party until about 10:30 in the morning. Then we go to the ocean, show back up at the hotel, and people are like, "Yo, are y'all just getting back?" And we're like, "Yes." We don't even go to sleep. We then go hop directly, like clothes on and all, into the hotel pool and then continue the vibes till probably like 3-4 o'clock when we have to like sort of figure out the next movement. Shit is crazy.
Hey, yo, that's a fact.
Yo, so all right, so we talked like CDE obviously lit, and we've grown so much since things really got on the map, right? Now you've attracted a certain clientele. Now we've expanded, past just Antigua. Tell me a little bit about how that happens and like what the clientele is kind of like. How you attract these people.
Oh man. So like I'll repeat, I said before that my growth is immediately connected to y'all and the people that I'm around, right? Like part of my brand is authenticity. So if I look around the room right now, every guy that's in this space has been on a flyer of mine, right? On some like genuine, like, oh, this is just us having a good time. And, Tayo and Jan end up in an Essence article, right? Or Kyrie being on a flyer and girls being like, oh, these are your friends, right? And it's like
they all know each other. Why do they all know each other?
Yeah, right? And like, and this isn't cap, right? It's like shorties are like, nah, like I never see this tier of black men in the same space at the same time anywhere. So then people self-select based upon what they see of us.
Is it easier to bring on women on the trip, or is it easier to bring on like men on the trip?
If you're gonna ask that question, so every year I have a process in place because women, particularly black women, are a little bit more type A than black men, right? So they will explain. So they will book that shit early, and niggas be taking a long time to make decisions. So I usually have to. I open up registration. 2 months in, I'm at 80% women and 20% guys.
Hey yo,
and I'm like, okay, the women aren't gonna have a good time, right? So some people, other brands that will remain unnamed, right? They only think about the money. So they're gonna take whoever books, and they're gonna let it get to 95% women and 5% guys. For me, I know that the women aren't gonna have a great time if there's not enough dudes there, right? And minus the heterosexist assumptions that are going on in this conversation, right? But also, the guys aren't gonna have a good time if they can't flirt with all the women they want because there's only 2 guys and all the women are looking at them, right? So all of these pieces are put into this large sort of algorithm, right? To make sure that none of those things that would inhibit, right, or mitigate the experience that you can have actually show up. So I literally have a point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop posting beautiful beaches and clear crystal clear waters, and I'm gonna start posting ass because this is what it takes to motivate niggas, right?
That's crazy.
And I literally apologize. I'm like, all right, y'all, I don't want to use this to market, but y'all will be mad if I don't deliver on the experience. So give me a moment to remind my guy friends why they should come to Antigua. And then they say, oh, wait, this influencer I've never seen before. You got shorties. Oh, wow. Oh, that one. Oh, I see her in this place. Yeah. And so they're pulling up, but these are also my dentist friends, right? These are also my litigators, my judge friends. And it all of a sudden becomes, this group of people is elite, right? Because they fine as hell. They educated as hell. And not just being fine and educated are the only parameters, right? But you also have to be willing to...
Wealthy.
Yeah. You gotta be wealthy. You gotta be willing to spend. You gotta be willing to be about the balance, right? Because I have friends that are boring, right? They're good, but they're boring. And I have friends that are really fun, but they're broke, right? And it's not for everybody. Look, if they're broke,
CDE
but they can afford to pay me,
plans.
that's not my business. We do offer payment plans.
Yo, we got Klarna for that.
Yeah, they got to pay me for that. But yes, we've got payment plans available. Squad trip.
Nah, that's what's up. So again, though, like you've been able to like build up this dope clientele, lawyers, doctors, dentists, you know what I mean, influencers, like crazy lineup of people pulling up, right? You've killed Antigua, and now like you moving on to some other places. Like we hit Ghana in December for Daddy December in Ghana. Shit was crazy. First time for me in the motherland.
First time for me too.
Yeah.
And first time for all of us.
All of us.
Never know, but
right.
Yo, we hit Ghana. You know what I mean? We hit Trinidad. You know what I mean?
We hit Croatia.
We hit Croatia. Hitting all these crazy
Dubai.
places, and you starting to like expand that CDE brand. Tell me about that. What that experience is like. Grenada and like you know what I mean, like.
So
what's that?
Where are we going next?
So I'm gonna tell you, the first time I felt the growth of the brand was Trinidad Carnival 2020, right? And I have on a CDE hat, and I'm moving with just some of my homies that I knew from York that been to that are from Trinidad that have been to CDE with me. They're like, move around with us, and I see all the Trini Jungle Juice joints looking at me, and people are looking in my direction, and I was like.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah.
Trinity Jungle.
Don't start bringing old Trinis to fucking CDE.
No.
Me and my squad will not
Flip
be
the
there.
camera.
Yeah. Flip the camera.
Where's
Camera six.
Shit me.
I don't give a shit. They're not giving me no free.
Shit me.
She said,
Yo.
no.
But all the joints you see on Nigel So Crazy's page, right? And I'm looking around, it's like people like recognize, but in my mind, people know me in New York, where I'm from. People know me in Philly, where I went to school, and people know me in Antigua, where I bring people to.
Facts.
And now it's like, oh shit, like there are conversations happening.
Mixing.
Ad-libs and Monte, right? But 1,000%, right? So I tried to get a buyout at Royalton. They said no. I brought 500 people, had a 350 person wait list, and then they were like, okay, we can do a buyout. And then they were like, okay, well, if you got this clientele, we got resorts in other countries. So they flew me out to Grenada to meet the CEO of tourism there.
Fire.
And they were like, yo, bring your people here
Movements.
and we can do X, Y, and Z.
Movements.
That's fire.
The pandemic had a couple setbacks. One was that like one airline tried to take $50,000 of my money, and I was able to get Grenada Tourism to say, we'll reinstate that and we'll turn that into flights for you, and we'll create flights that nobody else has access to. So then it was like, okay, movements. Easy.
This is movements. This is the Arts of Movement rule number 0062, in which you do not take any L's. That's a fucking fact.
So we said, all right, well, time to go to Grenada. Did a move to Grenada Spice Mass in 2022. Amazing time, like 90 people deep, jabbing through the streets, all of that.
Fire.
And then in 2022, I was like, you know what? With all that we've seen from the pandemic, here's an opportunity to lean in, to take some risks, do some other shit. And one of my best friends, right, Jeff, he's Ghanaian. He's really good. Grew up with Abdul, who's one of the founders of Afro Future, formerly known as Afrochella. And we had been in contact for a while, right? Because we had this like epiphany moment, whereas like, yo, we can really create impact and change by bringing people to our homes.
That's right.
Right? It's Antigua for me. It's Accra for you. We can just take people to our homes and create these experiences I did a weekend experience. Abdul was doing a festival experience, right? And people created experiences around it. And we've been going back and forth. And then I think it was John that said it in a group chat, because remember, we went to Antigua in May, right? And then we went to Spice Mass in August.
Facts.
And I was like, yo, we did so much this year already. I'm not going to ask for nothing else unless people say they ready for it.
Pull the trigger.
So I remember Jan goes, yo, bro, why we not going to Ghana this year?
That's a
And that was like 7:05. And I text Brima, I text Abdul, and at 7:09, I was like, yeah, we going to Ghana this year. I was like, oh, y'all with it?
we could put up the screenshot,
right?
because that's really how it went.
Y'all with it? That was September.
Pros, I'm with the shits.
That's a fact.
Cons, I'm with the shits.
That's a fact.
Yo,
That's a fact.
that was the
Yo.
first week of September, and we had a group of 30 pull up to Ghana, which is a no less than $4,000 US trip,
That's a fact.
right? That had to be sealed up by November to make it, to actualize it.
Yeah.
And 30
Get-
people off
get
the rip was like,
visas, get visas.
yeah,
get-
visas,
passport
right,
situated.
vaccinations,
Yeah.
like passports, like
Yeah.
like all of that, right? Shout out to Travel Mode, I held it down with everything out there, but like,
That's real. All right, bro. So like CDE has come so far. We did so much, traveled so many places, and there's got to be so much more to come, right? So like, how do you necessarily think that like the community around you, I mean, your homies, your connections, your village, really community, like makes this their thing?
I mean, I'm gonna take this tactic again, and I'm gonna flip that back at you, right? I'm gonna start with Jan, and then I'm gonna go to Tayo, and then I'm gonna go to UD. What have you contributed to CDE?
Bro, I bring the vibes, I bring the energy, I bring the chaos, I bring the music,
Said the chaos.
Like, and then, I bring the strength team.
Right. This is my man's Mr. Blue Checks. If I got a blue check on a trip, Yannick got me, right?
That's a fact, though.
DJ Yannick Jones will take care of the
That's a
blue
fact.
checks.
That's a fact.
Tayo, talk to me, bro. What do you bring to the table?
I just make y'all look good.
Short but sweet. Here for a good
Yo,
time,
yo.
not a long time.
Poignant.
Right? Celebrity
facts.
photographer, my brother, right?
Facts.
Shows up and just creates content that people look at and be like, yo, like, what is that? How do I get a photo like that?
Facts.
They be like, I get a Tayo Jr. photo and it's included? Like, you know what those go for on the street? The market value of that, right? And D, what have you done?
I help market the experience.
Like what? I don't know. Have you made the logo?
I've created the logo. I've created most of the flyers you've seen for the last 10 years. I've created all of those things. Also, I am now recording and I took the pictures for the first CD trip.
Yep.
So like legitimately marketing the experience is like sort of how I've contributed. And then sort of the on the ground glue guy. Like I'm the guy who, if Collin can't do it, I'll talk to the cops for you.
Exactly, right? And I didn't have to say any of that, right? So again, when I talk about family, community, like this shit is creating a safe space for travel where people from our background, right, with our identity can go to countries, be respected, be treated well, meet other dope, like-minded individuals, have the safety of community, right? Like there are moments where people might have beef or something might occur, and people be like, you know what? We're not gonna do this here, not in Antigua, right? We'll talk about this when we get back to the States because Collin's creating something here. And for that mentality to resonate throughout the guests that I bring, it means everything in the world to me, right? So I know you got the music, I know you got the graphics, I know you got the photos, but like for the average guest to just respect what's going on for me and my small island of 95,000 people, right? It's like, it's always been about y'all. And that's why I spend so much time, so much energy making sure I'm in the right circles, going to the right places, doing the right podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. So that we maintain these spaces.
That is the best answer I've heard to say, yes, I'm very, very mixy.
Hey, yo.
My brother.
Kyrie got the legal
appreciate-
shit in case we get any laws.
Yo, on some real shit. I just really appreciate you coming through, like spitting some real shit.
Man flew
Like,
from Antigua all the way
to
here.
here.
LA for this.
for
All
the-
you got to
for
do is invite me. I know a lot of people are asking. I've heard the streets. They've been asking, where do I live?
Hey, yo.
This man is homeless.
I live in Antigua. I commute to the U.S. for work. If you want me someplace, invite me. Let me know. I'm only a flight away. Like, please don't be strangers.
Where are we going next?
Where are we going next? What's next for what's next for CDE?
So we're gonna be in Antigua in August 4th.
No, you don't say.
Oh yes, so this year we've got 2 trips on the docket.
Okay.
We'll be in Antigua from August 4th through 9th.
Okay.
It's our
What are we
first.
going for?
It's our first time doing Antigua Carnival on Carnival Monday and Carnival Tuesday, which means we will be playing mass.
Let me call out now.
Yeah.
I got no job.
Yo, set your PTO.
Get your coins together.
Get your coins together. Set your PTO.
Facts. What's up? What's up?
Yo,
So
facts.
that's where we gonna get the feathers. Everybody gonna get the costumes. We're gonna be doing the Juvets, fetes. You know, from 2 a.m. to 10 p.m.
From boat fetes to
partying.
cooler fetes
doing
to
it all.
hard fetes to
special effects.
to special effects,
Special effects.
everything,
And that's a
everything.
fact. And that's a fact. So
If we didn't mention this, we're also doing a $10,000 giveaway this year.
whoa.
Dun,
Hold
dun,
on.
Cut the cameras.
Hold on. You're doing what?
So my relationship with government, I said, you know what? There've been a lot of distractions since the pandemic.
Nah, fuck all that. Just how they get to the 10,000.
Yeah. Yo, whoever brings the most people to Antigua Carnival with CDE and Fete Fest will get $10,000 cash during the trip.
Oh shit.
Okay, hold on.
So
Let me tap into my
I
listserv.
know a lot of people want to go by influencer, right? I know a lot of people want to act like they really move shit out here, right? But this is really about the art of movement. This is really about the art of movement. If you pull up and you can say, well, my name is X and I'm going to Antigua, pull up with me. If you bring 10 people and that wins, that's 10,000 cash in your pocket.
You're gonna need a lot more than 10.
I don't know, right? Because there is no limit. There is no limit. If you bring 5 people, you can win, right? But whoever has the most, whoever gets the most is 10,000
They're
cash.
gonna need more than 10 because I'm bringing more than 10. So
Oh, you're bringing more than 10. Copy.
Looking at my listserv right now, I'm sending out a blast email.
there
Right?
it goes.
Some influencers like Sunny Turner, they might pull up with 30.
So go to thefetfest.com. Come link with us, the Arts of Movement, down in Antigua, August 4th through 9th. We'll be there with our brother, Collin Devon, doing it up for Mass and for Carnival in Antigua. Come down, come vibe with us. Merch in the shop. Go get that. Shopify. Link in the bio. CDE, we're going to have some new fresh shit too. You know what I mean? You got to get it right. So go for the merch as well. And, you know, just check out the YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think. And we hope to see you in Antigua very, very soon.
Your future husband also hopes to see you in Antigua. Ladies, see you there.
Appreciate you, bro.